Ain't nothing wrong with you, just remember you're special. Feeling hopeless and alone, just remember there's always God there to be there to help you. Put in effort, make mistakes, no one on this earth is perfect. Trials and tribulations both in life are guaranteed, but in the end it's all worth it. I'm hoping and I'm praying this is something relatable and the words are beneficial when someone out there can understand what I'm saying. Mind, muscle, motivation. Let's stop playing. Share it with the nation. It's something about wanting someone you can't have. Y'all know how it is. Females, y'all see that guy with that girl, how he treats her, how he looks. And us guys, we see that guy with the girl everybody talks about or everybody wants. Shape, size, at all. It's just something about it. There's no science behind it. You're always going to see someone better. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how it goes. But the question is, would you rather be desired by all, owned, or had by anybody? Ask yourself that question. It's not rhetorical. There's no right or wrong. It's just a question to ask yourself. Look here. It's mind, muscle, spirit, motivation. If you don't know, now you know. Let's talk about it here. I think about the people, two people pops up and comes to mind right off the bat. I think about Denzel, right? Every black man refers to him when it comes to being liked, when it comes to look, hell, white, Hispanics, every guy reverts back to him when it comes to being liked. Why is that? Throughout the years, all the women have talked about him or will mention him in some way, shape, or form when it comes to actors, male actors, when it comes to looks. And then, of course, when it comes to Beyonce. I done heard all kinds of songs when guys revert back to her when it comes to shape, size, looks. And there's one thing when it comes to both. They have been with the same person for years. I have never seen Denzel Washington with somebody else. It's been the one same female pretty much throughout the entirety of his career. But every female will talk about him and his looks. Same thing with Beyonce. I know that she's had other relationships, but Jay-Z is the one that she's been in the longest. And I know damn well all the rappers and singers they would like to have a shot at with her. But they are both off limits. I'm not talking about being a tease. That teasing stuff is just for entertainment. I'm not talking about entertaining somebody. I'm talking about being with someone, or even if you're single, not everybody can have you. What fun is there in being able to get any female that you want? What fun is there for females? I'm asking you, what fun is there being able to get every dude that you like, or giving yourself to every dude that likes you? What fun is that? You know, after a while, it's going to get boring. It's done happened to everybody. And honestly, let's be real here. If you had to pick, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Little dog was trying to come after my son. I thought I was going to have to go out there and beat the little mutt down. Anyways, the teasing stuff, it will get boring. It'll get boring. And again, being a doorknob, I hate to use that term, But being a doorknob and being able to get twisted and turned and pulled by everybody, easy is the most simplistic term to use, word to use. But I want to find another one. But when it's all said and done, easy is pretty much what it all boils down to. Look, me personally, I would rather be desired if I had to pick. But honestly, I don't care. Listen, hold on. Oh man, I don't care if I'm either. All I need is one person to truly love me, and I know for a fact that one person truly loves me, and y'all already know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about God, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But anyways, desired. I mean, we can be all day talking about being desired, being admired, being a person that you know is loyal to one person and one person only. And there is nothing, Nathaniel, you can do about it but look and admire and talk. That's all you can do. That's what I'd rather be. I don't want to be a guy that any and every female can hit up, get a quick fix, and then it's over. That's not even falling into temptation. That's just being a tempted man in every which way or form and being reeled in by anybody. It just sounds boring. It's pretty much degrading yourself. And look, if you are a person, oh man, if you are, I'm not here to judge, but if you are a person that everybody has had, or if you are a person that pretty much anybody can have access to, just try to rethink your ways. Again, I'm not here to judge, but just try to rethink your ways and really ask yourself, what are you getting from it other than quick fixes every time you can have it? I mean, you can be talked about in the most horrific of ways, especially if you live in a small town. Every name in the book you'll be called, whether you're a male or, oh man, whether you're a male or female, and people will see you as that no matter if you've changed. And that's the thing that sucks, because maybe you aren't like that, but due to the simple fact that you were like that and for however long, that's the only way people are going to see you as, even if you've changed. And that's the thing that sucks about it the most, because once you turn down that route, and once multiple people have had access to you, the word spreads, and then the label is created, and that's now what you are, no matter if you're not doing the things that you're labeled as. That's what sucks. But let's talk about being desired. Say you've only been with one person, or if you're single, say you've never been with anybody. And no matter what someone tries to do, no matter how many DMs, no matter how many smiles, comments, you're still not entertained. The person will not entertain you at all. Probably won't even give you a smile. What can you really say about that? It's probably the same thing. It's not multiple things. It's probably the same thing. Sorry about that, y'all, but let me charge this phone up. But it's probably the same thing that's being said if you're not entertaining anybody at all. And it's probably just being called weird, stuck up. And I can live with that, because I'm being told that anyway, just because I don't talk to everybody. But I'd rather be told that than being called all the other names, because you're going to eventually run out of words to say about somebody that people are in admiration of, or in other words, desired. But I just envision, and I know it's not like this, but this is the picture I want to create for you, male or female. I'm going to go with the males first. Say you have yourself together, you work out, you got the suit on, you don't work out, you got the nice clothes, you got the cologne on, You got the hair trimmed, the beard shaved or grown and it's edged up, whatever. Walking down the street with your significant other, walking down the street by yourself. You're just looking forward, mind your own business. But every female has to stop and look at you with their dude. Oh, hold on. No disrespect, but some do. But with their dude looking at you in admiration of, maybe desired, more than likely they're lusting after you. But that's the image I want you to picture for my dudes. Now, for the females, you're walking in whatever skin wrapping dress, skin revealing dress, or you're just really pretty and you're with your dude, and all the dudes have to stop and stare with their female or by themselves, whatever. But you're not entertaining them. You're not twisting in a whole 360. You're not moving your hips side to side. You're not trying to oversell yourself. You're just minding your own business. Come on. Come on. Really? I don't call too many things perfect, but that's perfect. There's no mistake you can make in that. You're just minding your own business. Male or female, you're minding your own business, and you got everybody turning their heads when you walk through. You got everybody talking about you. All good things, and then for the haters, all bad things. There's no wrong that you're doing. You're minding your own business. Why would you want to go from that to being had by everybody? It just sounds bad, but that's what it is. Owned by anybody. People can go back and forth to you whenever they want. And you just, come on. That's what you're saying. Come on. I'm here. You've had me once. Come on. Come on. Why would you want to do that? From being desired to being had by everybody. They can hit you up whenever they want to. 3 o'clock in the morning. They already know what they can get. You already know what they want and you give it to them. Why would you want that? Why? And again, I'm not judging anybody. If you live that lifestyle, all I'm trying to get you to do is just try to think otherwise. I'm not even trying to ask you to change your ways. Just try to think otherwise. See which one is better. Stop doing what you're doing and try to be desired. The word desired is just, it's sexier. It sounds romantic. And if you had to be desired, wouldn't and shouldn't that be what you want? Just like you want to be desired by your child, that feeling that you get when they look up at you and their eyes get bright and a smile appears across their face. Imagine that effect being on the opposite sex, or even the same, whatever, I don't know. But imagine that effect being on an adult, somebody your own age. Imagine you having that effect on everybody. It's a blessing. It really is. I don't want to put that word into the subject that I'm talking about, but it is a blessing when you're desired by a lot of people rather than had by a lot of people. That is a blessing on you and your life, your aura, your presence, your physicality, even your personality. It's a blessing. And then you want to give that up? Maybe you're lonely and you think you need to change your ways. Maybe you can't stay completely fulfilled or happy in a relationship. You really think letting every dude get with you is going to help you? Guys, you're always being called the boring one, the quiet one, so you want to go and be loud. You want to go give yourself to all the females. That's a temporary fix, literally. It's a quick, temporary fix. Because what's going to happen after that? After those temporary, quick fixes? Regret, not liking yourself, living a complete lie, not being able to recognize yourself, and lastly, just a bunch of regret. That's it. Nothing else is going to come from it. I'm telling you, nothing else is going to come from it. I've done seen, I've done heard. I'm not going to say I've done, but I've seen and I've heard enough to know what I'm talking about. This isn't something that you have to experience. This isn't something that you should experience to know what I'm saying. There's nothing else to be said about what it is that I'm talking about, because that's what it is. I don't want to sit here like I know exactly what I'm talking about, but what else is there that you can get? What else? Like, it's a question that I'm even asking myself out loud. What else is there that you can get by being, and it's not necessarily owned, but y'all know what I'm talking about. People can claim you whenever they want. I know this ain't the 1800s, but I'm telling you, when people know they can get you whenever they want, you are owned by them in a way. And being owned by one person is already bad, but if people can claim you, and it's multiple dudes, multiple girls that can claim you, that's being owned. I'm serious. I I talk about not giving people the opposite sex power over you. I mean, I know everybody gets tempted. Everybody's going to think somebody else is attractive. That's just human nature. But to be claimed by anybody, whenever, however, is giving them power and ownership. I don't want to be dramatic, but that's what it is. I mean, really think about it. They can claim you whenever they want. They can have you whenever they want, whenever they want. That's being owned. And what's even more sad about it is maybe you don't even want to be owned by one person. Let's just put it at that. Your relationship that you're in. Maybe one person that you want to claim to love and have true feelings for, they can't even own you. And you're going to let an attractive person, and oh, golly. I'm talking to myself right now too, people, so don't mind the hysterical, dramatic effects, but goodness. I've never really talked about this out loud. I've always thought about it, but there's one person, right? One person that you will say you love and you want to be with, and maybe you have multiple kids with, or maybe one. They don't even own you. They can't even claim you. But somebody you find attractive. That girl with the big booty. With the assets. For females, whatever y'all like nowadays, the guy with the nice body, colored eyes, I don't know what y'all like. It's a shame. It really is. And I've, in my younger days, I wouldn't be saying nothing I'm saying now, because, when you're young, you just live for the moment. You don't really think about the future and how you can shape it and how you really want it. But it's really a shame. It really is. And I'm not saying all this to say not to be attracted or even attractive to anyone or everyone, but I am saying this, and to myself, we as people, do not be conformed to being owned or had by everybody. It's really not attractive, okay? Because now that I'm thinking about it, when I think about, like, when I revert all the way back to high school, because if I talk about now, I'm going to say everything wrong. When I revert back to high school, the female that every guy talked about, even if she was attractive, but every guy talked about, to me personally, no lie, the female that everybody can has, I do not and will not go for. I've always been that way. No lie. I have no reason to lie. I'm not gonna get nothing from it. And for females, I don't know. I guess, there's some guys that will reel them in even more. Even if you know that every guy done had her, that kind of makes people want to have that person even more, male and female, but it has an opposite effect on me. Now, the female that minds her own business, that every guy talked about, had me more interested. And in the same way, if you're a female and there's a guy that every female has talked about, but you don't see every female talking to, or you don't hear about every female, getting her back. You don't hear about every female talking about how he done broke her back, and it's just going to make him more interesting, more mysterious. It's going to make him be a person that you want to dig and discover more about. They're just more interesting. Think about it. Think about an attractive person, if you're a male or female. Think about an attractive person that you knew about, whether it's in high school, now, whatever. Think about that moment. Think about that time. And maybe he was just walking through. Maybe he was in sports. He didn't talk to anybody. Or he was with the same female all throughout high school. Maybe he wasn't with anybody. He lifted his weights, did his homework, so on and so forth. I feel like I'm talking about me, but I'm really not trying to. But I'm sure, almost 100% sure, that he was a guy that you looked up the most when it came to social media. He was the guy that you were trying to scroll through the pictures and see what he did, see who he was with. Think about that. Guys, the same thing applies for you. Just think about it. Desired by all or owned by everybody. It's Mind, Muscle, Spirit, Motivation. Like, subscribe, share, and share. I'm all about giving suggestions, creating new ideas, trying to get better together forever. And until next time, hey, we out.